Hello, everybody. It is Thursday, October 14th. It is weekly real estate update time, and I'm joined as always by Jaden Bax from Avenue Financial. Jaden, how was your Thanksgiving? Have you eaten all the turkey leftovers?
We have, luckily we did it at my mom and dad's, so there was not very much turkey left over at this house.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, it was fantastic. A little bit of family time, and just really great food.
that's awesome. Yeah, we had one at my sister's and one here, so I got 2 days of turkey, and I will say I love turkey, but now I'm good for a while.
That's the beauty of Thanksgiving, right? That you don't have to think about turkey until Christmas now.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Well, I keep trying to come up with things I can do on the smoker to replace the turkey. So I'm gonna now. That's my goal for Christmas.
Oh, it's going to be a Christmas brisket.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, that would be fantastic. All right, enough of our turkey talk. Let's get into our weekly stats and show you what happened this week in real estate. If my program would cooperate with me here. So here are our weekly stats. And again, it's such an interesting market. People ask me, almost daily, what's going on in the market? What's going on in the market? Well, you know what? It's a moving target, I think is the best way to describe it. Down in listings again this week. Now, does Thanksgiving have something to do with that? If we went back to around Labor Day, I believe listings were down then too. But our solds plus pendings, 282 solds, 127 pendings for 409. That's actually higher than last week. So, really hard to tell. Certainly, we're down from kind of the highs there in September, the week of the 16th to 23rd, and then that 24th last week of September of 486, which has been kind of our high over the last month and a half. So our net difference plus 114, and again, just a reminder, if you're watching this later or now, as that number grows, we're heading more towards a buyer's market, seller's market. And as the number shrinks, we're heading more towards a balanced market. So, the number's not been lower than 73 last week, 78 back in September. So we really haven't decided what kind of market we want to be in. I think there's still a lot of high demand for detached properties, and even as we talked about in the monthly stats last week, semi-detached was on fire, right? So again, it all comes down to pricing. If you're a seller, this means, again, it's a great time to chat about that. And there are certainly some opportunities to take advantage of this market. And the reality is, as a buyer, you know what? Yeah, you're not paying the prices that you were 1, 2, 3 years ago. You can't change what you had for breakfast today. So, if you need to buy, you want to buy, there's still great opportunities to get into the market, start putting that equity to work for you, as opposed to paying, $2,000 a month in rent. Now you're paying $2,000 a month to pay down a mortgage, which is going to appreciate over time. That is historically what Calgary does. So there's my little sermon on buying over renting, right? But we will actually. That's a great idea. Now that I think about it, we should come up with a slide. We'll do that maybe for next week or the week after. Buy versus rent. Obviously provided that you have down payment. So detached listings again are down slightly over last week, as our total listings. So, I mean, again, if you look at this whole period here, right at the bottom of the slide, we have not seen an increase in listings in the last 2 months, I'll say. So that is, if our demand keeps up, then we're going to be in a position where homes are selling quickly, and everything from condos to semi-detached to row townhouses, and of course detached as well. So hopefully that all makes sense, and we'll head on over to Jaden's weekly mortgage rates here, if I can share that one.
Yeah, and as we're going there, I wanted to talk a little bit about that buy versus rent. And one of the things that I'm seeing this year with this strong, what has been a seller's market for the last little bit,
Yeah.
is that people who own homes that are renting them out see that there's some value there, that they've built up their equity, they've had renters, and they're selling them. And what the renters are finding out is they do qualify for mortgage financing. For a lot of these people that I talk to, I have a person that I'm working with right now that has owned a home in the past, has been renting for the past 4 or 5 years, was very, very concerned about still being a first-time home buyer so that they could put only 5% down because that's all that they had saved up. You do not have to be a first-time home buyer to put 5% down. Anybody on an owner-occupied purchase can put 5% down. So if your landlord is coming to you and saying, you know what, we're selling the place, here's your 3 months, and then you'll have to be out,
Yeah.
uh, you don't have to worry. You can get in with 5% down, and we'll be able to help you. 3 months is more than enough time for us to be able to get you into a home. So we can definitely do that. Um, Not a huge amount of changes. A little bit lower on the high ratio variable. High ratio being less than 20% down on the 5 year. The big thing I think you'll see here is that quick close rate that was at 174. We lost that on the 12th, so it's gone up to 189. Um, but really, in general, 5 year fixed is trying to figure out what it is, right? I've been seeing a lot of emails this week, uh, kind of lenders jumping between 2.24 down to 214, other people's going up to 219. There's really only a couple of lenders that are under 2% on a 5 year fixed right now. So that 189 is a great opportunity, whether you're with 20% down or less than 20% down. Never That could change tomorrow. So if you're looking at making a purchase decision, it's a great time to jump on just a fantastic rate. And other than that, I continue to be very strong on the variable. I just think there's fantastic deals there, and like we always talk about, there's a really good opportunity to know what your break price will be when you exit this mortgage and buy your next place. So, variable continues to be strong. Even with these amazing fixed rates, I think there's still great opportunity in the variable realm.
All right, awesome. Yeah, so we will do that next week. We will do a slide for rent, continue renting or buying, and show you some options and what that would mean to you. You know, whether you're a first-time buyer, if you have children that are looking to make their first ever home purchase, love working with those buyers.
Yeah.
We do a lot of that as well as more experienced real estate investors and things like that. So we will do that next week. We'll show you a slide showing buy versus rent and what that would mean to you kind of in the short term and long term. So Jaden, great info as always. And you enjoy the rest of the week. Come down from the turkey coma and we will talk to you next week.
Have a good one, buddy.
You too.